Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Astro Colony with Lone Debater 7, and today we are going to be expanding out our base so we can get a little bit more plate production, primarily for the ability to build more iron plates. I converted basically 300 iron ingots into plates to help kind of speed this along, so there's the rest of them thrown in there. Cool. Because we're basically going to build another 8 auto asteroid catchers and then process all of the resources, so we'll get the water out of it, and then everything else will be turned into iron, copper, gold plate, and steel screws. So that's kind of the plan. This is primarily because these materials right here are utilized for building, minus maybe the gold plates. The copper plate is used for building, and like the farming items use copper plate as I understand it, so having a good stockpile of copper plate, just having a good stockpile of the basic constructed items inside of our box, that's independent. So we still have our bottom system running, right? So this is still doing its thing. We've got 8 of them processing into plates, wires, feeding around, getting electronics, so we've got all the items automated already. This is primarily just to increase our iron plate production, because even though we're doing decent on production, we don't have enough. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this built out. So I've laid out parts of it already, so I'm just going to drop these in because they can be placed, and it'll kind of illustrate how this works. So everything's plugged in. You've got your catchers are going to go in a line right here, just stacked on top of these guys underneath, and it'll work fine. I don't believe we're going to get capped on resources or something like that, because there's plenty of asteroids for them to harvest. Runs down this central belt. All of our ice is pushed off into this and is split 50-50 into 2 icebreakers, because we probably are going to need to process all the ice. I've got the coal being pushed off over here, and half of it is going into our smelter, and the other half is going down to be stored. So we are getting a little bit of coal, I suppose. The other thing I could do right here, now that I'm thinking about it, is throw in a pusher for iron rods. But actually I don't want it to be a pusher, I want it to be a splitter. Because you can use a splitter as a filter as well as a splitter, if that makes sense. So there we go, iron rod. Half of them will go on to be turned into screws, half of them will feed back into the box. So after the coal is pushed off, half of it goes in here so we can make rods once we start getting some plates. Okay, fine. All the iron, copper, and gold ore is being turned into ingots. All of those ingots are going straight into the constructor to be converted into plates. I do need to connect this one belt. There we go. So now, out of the constructor, you get all of your plates coming out right here. The way this split ratio on iron plates only is 25% of our iron plate is going back into the smelter to make rods, and the remaining 75% is being fed straight into the box. So I believe this is going to be sufficient to transport all the plates. Like, I think it'll work just fine. If not, I can always pull off of this and just add a row right here and feed it in to this belt, and that should work out just fine. But anyway, guys, that's kind of how the system is going to be built out. Let's go ahead and expand it the rest of the way, because yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's see. Should be the exact same size. So as you can see, 252 iron plates just to build the floor. Quite crazy. We go 2 in, 1 and 2, rotate those, boom, there's our belts. And we gotta go space them 1 on either side. And then we just need to run the cables, which is pretty easy. Right, there we go. Let's run this back to here. I could have lowered that cable, I suppose, but I don't really care. Okay. Yeah, laying the cables. I know. It was a little bit busy there for a minute. Then I'm gonna go double check power, but that is everything plugged in. So there we go. Got this set up. Easy enough. So we do need to expand our power, so that's fine. I kind of figured we would. But let's go ahead and do this. So we need 3. We should be able to build the solar panels. In the last episode, if you missed it and would like to check it out, be sure to check out the rest of the playlist. There should be a card in the first minute or so of the video linking over to that. But yeah, we went to a planetoid that has 30,000 gold and set up a single miner. That single miner has generated us so much gold, so much. I can show you the smelter in a minute. There's probably still a few hundred chilling in there, and we haven't even mined any of that asteroid. I think that's good. Yeah, we're good on power now. Yeah. Oh, we did actually process through it. Cool. I've put through maybe 700 gold ore so far, and there's another 350 chilling here. We do need to move this, I think. What is it gathering? It's not gathering nothing. So, there we go. I need to build a little bit of floor to place this on. And we're just going to move it forward. Maybe one more, I guess. Then I can go into mining, grab the drill. Might as well keep gathering the gold, right? That's how I see it. So we'll do something like that, sure. Alright, just so we get more gold coming in, because we definitely don't want to run out. I mean, we are passively generating it still, so it's not that big of a concern. But here we go. Another 300 gold ore just into the box. But as you can see, we've got our system running. It does look like it's keeping up decently well. I guess what we could try... Trying to see. I guess we could patch in a second output right here. So we run them both like this. So that's doing the iron. That's actually fine. What I can do instead... Ah, dang it. I need to go out one more. I thought I counted that right. My bad. Okay, here we go. Let's turn that. Or, well, really. Okay, there we go. That should help this, so we don't get item backup in here. And I'll mess with our split ratio on this, so maybe what I should do is actually 50-50 this. But good enough. So now we've got our plate production and rod and screw production increased quite significantly. That's fantastic. We also increased how much water we're making, but that wasn't necessarily a concern before. Yeah, Anyway, guys, we've kind of expanded out pretty well. If you're curious about our power situation, let's just take a look at that number real quick. So we currently need 135 power. We are supplying 152 power. And if we look in our storage box, we have 178 gold wires on hand and another 47 plates and 250 gold ingots that we can convert into wire to make more power. So we're looking pretty good as far as going sustainable with solar into, for the foreseeable future. Like, we could do another whole level of this and just keep stacking them more or less if we wanted to, and it wouldn't even be a thing. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do at some point, I kind of want to build out a like walls, framework, that kind of stuff for this section of the base of our space station, because why not? That cosmetic stuff is in the game. So like, there are walls. I just don't have any put up, but like, you can totally wall your base if you want to. And I do kind of want to do that because you can make stuff look pretty sleek if you want, and might as well, kind of. Now we've got a ton of building resources in here to construct all that with. So that's more or less the system being put together, how we're filtering it, and where it's going. So you can kind of take a look at that. That's our power. Showed you some of the asteroid over there. We are going to dock this to the station. I guess we can do that before we wrap things up here. Need to get some technology first. So first, we need to get the docking technology for docking station. We should just go ahead and get human migration, colonist, and advanced docking, because I want to build the advanced dock. So we'll cover these ones in the next episode. We're going to talk about colonists because we're going to set up an area and try to get colonists set up in the next episode. So be sure to come back next time and check that out. Subscribe if you're new so you get notified when that video comes out. But let's go ahead and build this advanced docking station and kind of show you how you connect large planetoids to your station. So all that is required is a docking station. You don't have to use the advanced docking station. It's just bigger, so you get more slots off of it, if that makes sense. So there you go. You hit this, you get them reasonably close like they are, and hit dock. It's a little bit too far, so we need to come in a little bit closer. Easy enough. Let's try that. There we go. You hit dock, it's going to connect up, and now you can fly this along with your space station to somewhere else. So that's how that procedure works. Things of note about docking to planetoids, the reason why I built this little structure and kind of have things off-swung is because if any of this terrain collides with the rest of your station, it doesn't delete the terrain, it doesn't delete the station, it overlaps them. So, like, for example, let's say this mountain was in the middle of our asteroid catchers, we would have all of this random material chilling inside of our station. And it just gets in the way, it makes it difficult to build. So I suggest, if you're going to dock to these planetoids, build a little arm out off of your station, build a little arm off of one of the edges of the planetoid, and build out a little ways. And you also want to be up at the very top of it, more or less, so it doesn't poke through. Then put your docks on those two points. That way, you basically have it extended super far away from the rest of your base, so you don't have the risk of the terrain overlapping. When we add another planetoid, which is going to occur at some point, I don't know exactly when yet, but what we will do is we'll probably flatten this peak out, build a floor off over here with a little arm, and then dock it over here. And that's kind of what I'm going to do, just because then I don't have to worry about it. Like, this section of the station can just be dedicated to asteroids, or planetoids. They're not asteroids, they're planetoids. So we can build processing facilities on this one and utilize that to, refine all of the resources that are on this planetoid. And then when we connect to another one, we can also pass that through the production system. Ultimately, we can go in here, these bridges, You can put conveyor belts in, so it's either a line in or a line out. So this allows us to automate between the main station and our planetoids if we so desire. Which at some point we are going to want to do that. We'll show that off later. It's probably going to be a few episodes just because I want to do colonists next if I can, because we need to start advancing our science capabilities. So I want to start doing, we need to do chemistry so we can unlock gold deposit and advanced mining for the miner drones. This makes life so much easier when you're gathering off of planetoids. So I want to get this tech, but we can't actually do it until we get colonists on board the station. So that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you found it helpful and found it enjoyable. If so, be sure to like and comment down below letting me know what you thought. If you have any questions, also drop it in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. That way you get notified when I upload other things. Also, check out the other content on my channel. I play a lot of other games besides Astro Colony that you may be interested in, so check it out. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. This is Lone Debater 7, and until next time, we will see ya!